Here's why I think Alexander Isak to Liverpool could be a disaster waiting to happen. Liverpool have had a £120 million bid rejected by Newcastle for Isak. There's now reports coming out that Liverpool could up that bid to upwards of £140 million. I genuinely think this could end up being a massive mistake by Liverpool. Let's dive into this. Liverpool just bought Ekitike for €95 million, one of the best young strikers on the market. He didn't join Liverpool to be sitting on the bench. He wants to be starting week in, week out. That's what a €95 million striker does. He doesn't sit on the bench. Now Liverpool are looking to spend £140 million on Isak. How do both coexist? They both want to start. They're both good enough to start. Now, Liverpool fans are going to tell me both can play up front. How does that work out? They're both the same profile of striker, and it could cause imbalance around the team. Let me show you why. Okay, Liverpool fans, you got your wish. Isak and Ekitike, they're going to be starting together. What does that mean? You're going to have to probably play a 4-4-2 because you're playing two strikers, which means Salah and Wirtz obviously have to start. Where's the only positions they can play? On the wing. Obviously, Salah is a right winger. But Wirtz isn't really a winger. He's a number 10 that can drift off to the left-hand side. In a 4-4-2, your wingers are going to have to track back. Are you really going to tell me Wirtz and Salah are going to be tracking back to help out that weak Liverpool midfield? And let me show you who they have in midfield currently. Now tell me if I am wrong here. Liverpool's midfield, does it look like it can be suited to a 4-4-2, to a two-man midfield where both midfielders are going to be asked to do a lot of defending, especially if you got Wirtz and Salah on the wings and you got Ekitike and Isak up top? They're going to need to do a lot of groundwork. Szoboszlai, fair enough, he can run a lot. But defensively, he's not a defensive midfielder, straight up. McAllister, athletically, is just not it. He's more of a dictator. He's not going to be running up and down, doing the dog work for the attackers up top. Gravenberch, he's not really a DM, but he can play there. But again, he's not suited to a 4-4-2 midfield. And then obviously Wirtz, Jones, Elliott, they're more number 10 midfielders. They're more attacking. Liverpool's midfield is very, very lightweight. And I'm not going to lie, instead of spending money on Isak, they should be looking to buy a defensive midfielder. Look, make no mistake, if Isak did join Liverpool, everyone would be scared. You're probably signing the best striker in the league to add on top of Wirtz, Salah, Ekitike, etc. It screams goals, it's scary, it sounds scary on paper. But I'm just questioning, is Isak joining to Liverpool going to disrupt the balance of the team? We've seen that balance is so key. It's not all about names in football. Real Madrid is a perfect example. They signed Mbappe and they downgraded. People thought Real Madrid signing Mbappe, Real Madrid is just going to dominate Europe. But that wasn't the case. PSG showed you need to have a balanced team from back to front. And I don't know if Isak allows Liverpool to have that.